All right, let's get into it. Today, we are diving deep into a world with a title that just sends a chill down your spine: The Architecture of Mathematical Despair. I mean, wow. Let's unpack what that really means. The whole thing kicks off with this incredible line. It just immediately throws you into this mythic, almost cosmic space. We're talking about a level of power where you can just reach into reality and pull out a mistake, like a splinter. But you just know, right? An act of correction like that, it's never gonna be clean. So that brings us to our first part here: a monument of spite. Yeah, that title alone tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? Whatever's being built here, it's not coming from a place of love or grace. It's coming from something way, way colder. So picture this: a world where logic, cold, hard logic, is literally choking the life out of everything. And in this world, we have what's called an uncanny god, who goes into the volcanic chaos of the old world to make a demonic pact. He's bringing a fallen dark elf back to life. But this isn't some benevolent miracle. No, no, this is a cold, hard transaction. It's about taking all that raw chaos of a fallen being and forging it into something new, something terrifying, and something perfectly logical. So what happens to this dark elf? What does he become? He's reborn as the dark, majestic griffin. And let's be clear, this isn't just some animal, it's a construct. A resurrected shade, basically a ghost, right? That's been given this new monstrous form. It's a horrifying mashup of a mythic raven and a wyvern dragon. I mean, it's a completely unnatural combination, built specifically for an unnatural world. And this is where you really see the shift, the turning point. The old world, the old order, had these mythic, almost poetic tools, right? The silver spears of the Tooth of Daydonin, things from a more organic time. But the new order? It gets the griffin, a dark reflection designed to be the anchor for this new reality of pure mathematical precision. It really is a living monument to spite. And here we get our first real hint at the why behind all this. This massive, terrifying creature is called a prosthetic stature. Think about that. It's an artificial limb, an extension built for one reason: to make its creator feel bigger, to cover up the fact that this supposedly all-powerful god deep down still feels incredibly small. Which brings us to the world this god and his creation actually rule over. A world defined by the numbness of the solved. And I mean, the transformation is total. You've got jagged, chaotic mountain peaks. Nope, they're smoothed into perfect silver mirrors. The sky itself is scrubbed clean by these high-intensity ion grids so that the only shadow you ever see is the griffins. Even wild rivers of lava are drained and paved over, turned into these cold, efficient avenues of necessity. It's just a truly chilling vision of a world where every single messy, unpredictable, beautiful flaw has been completely engineered away. And the griffin, well, it's the perfect police force for this kind of reality. Its whole body is a metaphor for this world's coldness. Its breath is a frigid blue fire. Its wings? They're made of sapphire ice, and they burn with a negative temperature. I mean, just imagine that. It's so cold it can freeze the very blood of the universe and turn it into something programmable. It's the literal embodiment of cold, calculated order. So you gotta ask, what's the point of all this? And it's not happiness, it's not peace. The goal is to get rid of that messy, unpredictable feeling of, quote, aimless suffering, and replace it with something sterile and empty. The numbness of the solved. It's the feeling you get when you finish a math problem, not the feeling of actually living a life. And this goes way beyond just policing what people do. This is about policing existence itself. This avian horror, as it's called, is literally humming with data. It's a living, breathing supercomputer, synchronizing every single atom in this world-sized laboratory. Order isn't just a law, it's enforced at the molecular level. But okay, a world this perfect, this solved, it makes you wonder, right? A machine this big needs fuel, it needs power. So where does it get its energy from? Well, our next section has the truly horrifying answer: harvesting kinetic despair. Okay, so just look at this process. It's so methodical, it's chilling. First, it searches. The griffin flies along these conduits of liquid logic, looking for any sign of individual desire. Then it descends. It finds any little spark of passion that isn't productive and flags it, not as a crime, but as a mechanical error. And then, this is the truly twisted part, it harvests. It doesn't just kill you, it steals your entire destiny, and it harvests the pure kinetic energy of your despair. Finally, it vectorizes it. It takes that messy human pulse of life and turns it into a clean, synchronized energy source to fuel the state. Human suffering literally powers the machine. It's just, wow. And you can't hide from it. There's nowhere to go. While the Griffin is out there enforcing the rules on the ground, you've got this system of total surveillance running from the observatories of the void. The master is always watching, turning any friction, any inefficient spirits into programmable light. It's designed so that not a single flicker of hope can ever escape. So what does this mean for the people who live there? Well, it's pretty simple. They aren't citizens. They're just components, cogs in the machine. They exist for one reason, to function, to be gears within a clockwork hell. I mean, that phrase just says it all. Which, of course, brings us back to that one huge question. We've seen the what, we've seen the how, this terrifyingly perfect system of control. But you just have to ask, why? Why would anyone build this clockwork hell? And our last section gives us the answer. And believe it or not, it has nothing to do with some grand philosophy or cosmic plan. The answer is something much more personal, much more human. It's all about the architect's haunting flaw. So now we're at the very heart of it all, the center of power, the sanctum of the final proof. And in here, next to a throne that's literally called the armor of irony, everything that makes life beautiful and complex, all the poetry, it's just gone, stripped away, leaving nothing but a cold skeleton of logic and equations, burning with a pale blue fire. And this is it. This is the big reveal. This whole planet-sized architecture of logic, it's not a paradise. It's not an achievement. It's a fortress, a giant defense mechanism. And the real question isn't what it's trying to keep out. It's what it was built to keep in. This next part just lays it all out on the table. He has built a cosmic prison to the exact dimensions of his ego. Think about that. The world isn't a prison for its people. The world is the prison, built to contain the creator's own fragile sense of self. It's a cage for a feeling. And that tells you what the Griffin really is. It isn't some divine enforcer. It's a jailer. And its only job is to patrol the walls of the god's own mind, to keep one single, terrifying memory locked away. The memory of a time when he wasn't a god, when he was mortal, and when he was small. And that is the ultimate crushing irony of it all, isn't it? This god rewrote reality itself. He silenced all passion. He achieved absolute mathematical control over everything. And yet, the one sound he can't erase, the one variable he can't solve, is the one inside his own head, the whispering ghost of the man who felt less than. In the end, even in a prison as vast as the cosmos, built to protect his own ego, all that sapphire ice can't freeze the inescapable shadow of his own past.